This video is sponsored by Audible, and this moon is about to feel my wrath because I'm at the end of my tether. I haven't slept in hundreds of days now. I think it's starting to show. I feel like it's starting to show on my face. I'm seeing things that aren't there, blocks moving around, phantoms are laughing at me, and Grian's setting off withers and Botum, which I like to think he wouldn't do if he had slept, but then again, yeah, he probably would do that, wouldn't he? But still, there's lots going wrong here, and I think I have a solution to the problem. You know that saying, make love not war? Well, if love doesn't work, then you should at least try making war. Why do these things have to be mutually exclusive? What if I love making war? First port of call, I'm finally going to do it. I've been hiding a bed back here just in case this day came. It is time for me to rest. This feels good, but it seems like the game doesn't like it very much. You know, there was a small amount of resistance to my rest, but I am feeling so much better now. And my jacket's come back on. Where did that come from? Have you ever slept so well that your jacket materializes back onto your body? I mean, I've had some good sleeps in my time, but never one that good. And it fixed my door. I slept so well that my door is fixed. Wow, this really is magical. Okay, it's not quite fully fixed. Chicken, it's still 1-0 to you. But just know that when you quietly sleep at night, thinking you're safe and sound in your little bed, that this end crystal has got your name on it. No, we'll be coming for you soon. Did I just threaten a chicken? Yeah, I feel like not sleeping wasn't actually causing my problems. I feel like I just have problems. Anyway, I should probably own up to this Mooner stuff. I lied. I can't believe you all believed me. You fools. Yeah, I'd say that just about sums things up. I have come clean, and that feels good. Hopefully the other members of Botum aren't too angry about the whole situation. So now it's time for me to disclose my master plan. I am going to blow up the moon. I'm going to blow up the moon. The moon is going to be exploded. Now, I know I'm not the only person who's working on exploding the moon. There are multiple people working on exploding the moon, but you see, I want to do it using ground-to-moon missiles. I need to think of a cool military-sounding name for these things. I would say the Lunar Obliterating Launcher sounds pretty good, which, if we abbreviate that down, you've got Lunar Obliterating Launcher. Okay, that's not actually that sinister. There was an extra tagline that I came up with it that maybe I could put into the acronym. It would be the Lunar Obliterating Launcher. It's the fastest astronautical interspace long-range explosive device. I mean, it's quite a long name, but that couldn't possibly spell anything. Yeah, I mean, it might just be the longest name, but it doesn't look like it spells anything to me. So there we go. Our missile has now got an official, very cool-sounding military name, which means that about 90% of the work is done. The remaining 10%, actually, you know, building up the missiles and the launchers and all of the redstone timings and things, you know, that's the easy bit. Do you know how long it took me to think of this? You know, I had all sorts of thesauruses open. So first things first, I need to clear out a little bit of space around the bottom of my base. I'm going to build this missile launcher in between these two here, which means if it explodes, not only is my base going to get destroyed, but also Impulse's base is going to get destroyed as well, which I'm sure he's used to by now. Not a day goes by on the Hermitcraft server these days without part of Impulse's base being destroyed. So with a little clearing created, it is now time for us to start work on putting in the actual missile launchers themselves. But first, a quick message from today's sponsor. When I'm working on a big project, it's almost guaranteed that I'm listening to an audiobook on Audible. One of my personal favourite audiobooks is Finding Ultra by Rich Roll, and it's also narrated by Rich Roll as well. It's the story of multiple lifestyle changes that led to Rich completing some ridiculous ultra endurance challenges. I listened to it last year and it motivated me to head out onto some of my local trails for the first time. I got absolutely hooked. I actually completed a trail marathon, and then that transitioned into me cycling and pursuing all sorts of audacious cycling adventures. So you can see there's like a direct through line, and it all started from an audiobook. But you see, there's more. While I was listening to it, Kubo was in my office, and he's clearly picked up on some of it as well, because his running form has massively improved, and also he can't stop eating carrots. And like eating lots of vegetables is a big theme of the book. Being able to consume great audiobooks everywhere and anywhere, it honestly has brought so much positivity to my life. I absolutely love Audible. I recommend it to everyone, even when I'm not being paid for it. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't pay me for this one, Audible, please. As an Audible member, you get 1 credit a month that you can spend on any title in their entire premium collection. And the best news is, right now, you can save up to 60% on your first 3 months of Audible membership, which is completely ridiculous. So head over to audible.com/Mumbo or text Mumbo to 500 500 to get yourself signed up today. Audible! Audible! I've just realised, Green doesn't look that tired anymore. Green? I'm assuming I'm invisible, and he has no idea how hilarious and rude that looked.
Hey!
Hey, you are looking
you look
good.
so are you.
You're looking
handsome.
like you've... Thanks, Grin. I mean, I can always count on you. I mean, your jumper's looking vibrant again. Yeah. Your eyes are looking good.
Did you sleep?
Oh, I totally slept, and it was the best thing. It was just the best. My jacket regenerated. I mean...
Does this mean the Mooners is kind of done?
Yeah. I hate to say it, I totally made it all up, you know. And
do you know what? I'm not even going to put this down as like one of your worst ideas.
That's kind of offensive, but also... you know, I mean, it was
the villagers started talking English to me, and that was it. Enough is enough.
No, yeah, that can't be happening. That can't be happening. Yeah, there's no chance. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, there's been a lot going on. I can't help but notice though that even though I have slept, things are still weird on the Hermitcraft server. I kind of thought everything would be better, but still...
so it's funny you say that, because on the off chance that the Mooners had no real plan, I actually spoke to Scar not long ago and asked him to make an evacuation plan.
Okay, so am I invited to the evacuation plan, or is this just between you and Scar?
I got the impression that Scar is going to fleece us for everything we have.
Right, okay. So everyone is invited as long as we pay up.
As long as you've got something to give Scar in return. That's my understanding.
Well, I also have a plan, just in case, you know, it's always good to have many. I am going to try...
You do have a plan?
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, the saying, make love, not war, but then if love doesn't work, then you can make war. Yeah, I've declared war on the moon. So was this
before or after you slept?
This was after I slept. I woke up and thought this was a great idea.
I think I'm going to put not sleeping below declaring war on the moon.
I sort of expected Green to be more on board. I mean, he loves starting wars. The first thing that I have to do here is I need to make actual zones where the missiles are. I can't just have missiles in a field. That doesn't make any sense. This is the Lunar Obliterating Launcher. It's the fastest astronautical interspace long-range explosive device. I can't be shooting that out of some kind of meadow. So I've created one of these little things, and yeah, I think it's pretty good. And I would say, judging by the current size of the moon, which I can't actually see at this point in time, but I definitely remember it, I reckon 3 missiles should be enough to do some serious damage. So I've built up 3 of the little holders, the missile holders. I'm not very good at this sort of terminology, which I think is a good thing in the grand scheme of things. If I knew too much about missile launch terminology, I'd probably be on some form of government list somewhere. Now it's time for the really interesting bit, which is actually building up these missiles. Now they're going to be Slimeblock flying machines that have some TNT at the end of them that when they come into contact with the moon, they will compress, causing the TNT to ignite, exploding, destroying our lunar neighbour. Into the redstone testing world I go. Now, I must admit, despite the fact that Slimeblock flying machines have been in the game for a very long time, and I've been building them for a very long time, I haven't really ever built a missile. This is my first time doing it, and if I have built one, because I have like a super loose memory in my head of potentially constructing one, it was many, many years ago. But I'm imagining that the engine for this thing should go down at the bottom, and then it should push upwards, so that's going to be pushing up, and then that will allow the whole thing to compress. And I'm wondering, I actually think we can do like a multi-layer explosion here, because we could have multiple layers of compression or not. Let me try and think. This is difficult. So, I asked a little bit too much of my brain there. So for now, I'm not doing a multi-layer explosion. Instead, this should just be like an explosive tip. And as you can see, when the whole thing compresses, these observers will be pushed upwards into the TNT. For now, I'm using redstone lamps because destroying all of my progress seems frustrating. Just to make it absolutely abundantly clear, I have zero expectation of this working in the slightest. But I guess there is only one way to find out. Activating. Good. Alright, that went way worse than I was expecting. That went, like, so much worse than I was expecting. That's so embarrassing. The pesky block push limit strikes again. So with a little bit of a slimming down on this section, now let's see if it works. It almost did. I have just miscalculated a tiny bit. That is so close to working, though. My 2 brain cells apparently aren't very good at counting past 2 because, well, that was 3 blocks and I needed it to be 2 blocks. They can only handle 1 number each. Hopefully now, this should... Oh, good. It's exploded already. Do I even have 2 brain cells anymore? After much pain and frustration, I think I finally have... I hate my life. Okay, I promise this is the one. I sincerely hope that this is the one. Yes! There we go. So it was flying. No TNT would have been ignited as it was flying. But then when it hits the moon, explosions occur. And that is a decent payload as well. That's not bad. I got 10 bits of TNT attached to each missile. So that means 30 pieces of TNT. I reckon that'll take out the moon, don't you? Don't you reckon? Sounds like enough. When you say it like that, it doesn't sound like it's going to be enough. But this isn't called the Lunar Obliterating Launcher. It's the fastest astronautical interspace long-range explosive device for no reason. It's called that because it really is the Lunar Obliterating Launcher. It's the fastest astronautical interspace long-range explosive device. It's also incredibly difficult to say. So with that missile all designed and engineered and worked out, now it is time to actually get them constructed in place. And just so that you're made aware, if I mess this up and accidentally explode it while they're still on the ground, expect me to wail. Like, literally make the sounds of a whale. Expect me to wail so much that I actually become a whale, cry myself an ocean, and go off to find friends. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's start building these things, shall we? This is incredibly satisfying. Right, now let's start building things, shall we? And I have to say, I don't want to speak too soon here, but everything seems to have gone fairly smoothly. I'm incredibly happy that I decided to design these things in a redstone testing world first, because if I hadn't done that, I would have been doing the testing that we did in the redstone testing world on the Hermitcraft server. That would have ended in destruction and a lot of crying. Thankfully, designing in the testing world, taking various screenshots, and then copying those over onto the Hermitcraft server seems to have been successful. Maybe I do have 2 brain cells after all. And actually, on the brain cell front, I feel like I should mention that I've significantly improved the firepower of our missiles. And of course, by missile, I mean our lunar orbiting launcher. It's the fastest astronautical interspace long-range explosion device. That goes without saying. We now have far more than 30 pieces of TNT, so that should definitely do the damage on our lunar neighbor. So this is obviously a very strong start, but now I feel like we need to create a little viewing station, do a tiny bit of decoration, and get ourselves set up properly for the launch. And if I'm honest with you, it probably doesn't need that much. I mean, I've got some chairs laid out, I've put some paths down, that looks pretty good. And then there's our button, that's the thing that actually launches it. I've got the name of the missile on the signs as well. I mean, really, what more does one need? Although I can't help but notice that this is probably a health and safety violation, just sitting this close to a launch zone. That seems pretty ridiculous. My mustache and my eyebrows may not be safe, but otherwise we should be all set and ready to go. So Moon, you don't know what's coming, mate. You're about to get a faceful, okay, a full faceful of the Lunar Obliterating Launcher. It's the fastest astronautical interspace long-range explosive device. Alright, that is what is coming your way, my friend. All I've got to do is wait for night and also wait for some friends, because currently all I've got is Pearl, and Pearl actually has Moon in her name, so I feel like she could be an undercover spy. Wouldn't want her sabotaging this launch. Let's get ready to rumble. People, friends, I have brought you here today because I thought I had a solution to this moon thing, and then realized that I really didn't have a solution to the moon thing, and like not sleeping was a really bad move. We totally shouldn't have done that. It was terrible. Scott, you still look quite tired. Are you okay?
Oh no, I've been rested quite well. I'm actually incredibly stressed out about the moon, that's why.
Right, okay, well this is, okay. We're all stressed about the moon, and that is why I've made the decision to blow up the moon. I think we're gonna blow up the moon.
We're gonna blow up the moon?
Yep.
Do you need TNT still?
That's possible.
No. If you just follow me, I have, well, by the way, Green, I did need TNT, and you have unknowingly provided the TNT. So, yeah.
Okay, there's some lag going on.
Yeah, there's a tiny bit of lag, but yeah, if you follow me over to this area here, you can see.
Okay.
I have a tiny little setup over here.
Oh no, I'm gonna die.
Oh my goodness! I should have lit up this place. Especially as we were definitely going to be here at night.
I can't hit it.
Guys, we only have a short space of time. Watch out for the creeper bell. No! Do not let that creeper blow up our missiles.
This is awful.
Guys, I'm going to have to hit the button soon, otherwise we're going to miss the moon.
Mumbo, just do it now.
Shall I just do it?
Do it.
I'm just going to do it.
Press the button.
Alright, we've launched the missiles.
That's gonna take a while.
Oh my goodness.
I went till the TNT.
Oh no.
Oh, Pearl.
Pearl's died. Look, we killed the moon. Sort of. I mean, the wrong moon. We've killed the
Mumbo.
wrong moon.
Mumbo, you might have... Yeah, we have killed the wrong moon. Mumbo, I think you might miss this moon, buddy.
Am I gonna miss the moon?
How long... Did you time this correctly?
I don't know!
I killed it. I killed it, guys.
Does it explode when it hits the top?
Well, no, yeah, it explodes when it hits the moon, but you're right. I think there is a chance that I could potentially totally miss this moon. Could somebody do something about these phantoms? I'm almost dead.
I can't...
Guys.
Everyone stand under stuff.
Goodness gracious
Everyone
me.
get under the bookshelves
But then we
of
can't
safety.
see the missiles.
Here's another one.
This is the
going
worst.
This is the worst. I think I'm gonna miss the
A
moon.
reason to get off the server, it was Mumbo. You're definitely gonna miss the moon.
I've missed the moon. No,
Yeah,
guys.
Missed it by that much.
Oh no. Oh, everything that could have happened has gone wrong. I mean, I guess. Do we count?
I don't think this could have gone any worse, Mumbo.
No, well, I don't know. It depends.
Oh, look, they're exploding. Look at that.
We missed
It's
the
all
moon.
gone.
It's all gone.
No.
Right. Well. Okay. Here. Look. A little bit of triage here. Okay. Pearlescent moon. You died. We killed the moon. We killed the moon.
We killed the moon.
We killed the
It's
moon.
like that, Mumbo.
So
Did we blow up the moon, guys?
Uh,
Did the moon blow up?
Killed me.
No.
we might have missed.
Yeah,
I hate every second of this.
Yeah, this has not gone well, guys. I've got no plans. I think we should switch to a plan.
Plan B, which was always secretly Plan A. Scar, time to work on this aircraft. Because I mean, if anything, I just want the phantoms to go away.
Okay. So
Are you saying you are all in need of off-world escapes?
Yes,
I believe
Scar,
Yes, very much.
Yes.
So,
Please.
please.
If
everything's
there's
gone
ever a
wrong.
time,
In
It's
luck,
now.
because I have a rocket. Well, it doesn't exist yet, but will exist. That will take you off this world, save your life, and it will only come.
Very disappointing at the end of that one.
Are we really being saved by that man?
Well, I think we've been saved from a long speech. We don't need the hard sell. Yeah, we should probably pick up the stuff.
Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah, I guess. Look, he's the only option that we've got at this point in time. I missed the moon, so I'm definitely not building any rocket that gets us out of here, because we'll end up somewhere completely different.
The ticket for your salvation on my rocket is the cost of. No!
I did want you.
Oh
Scar,
my goodness.
you don't need to sell us anything. Scar, I don't
Yeah.
need a speech. Build the rocket.
We're all
Let's
in
get out
agreement.
of here.
Yeah, we need to
I
get
wanna
out of here.
leave.
So you're all in agreement that I get all your diamonds in your hourglass for a ticket on the rocket. Sweet, guys. All right, I'm going to get to the rocket. Have a good time.
Wait, what? Wait,
See you in a little bit.
That's right.
Wait,
'Cause
what?
my hourglass is mainly filled with just copper and stone brick, so I'm alright.
Mine's not. Mine's full of diamonds.
Yes,
I worked hard for it the whole season.
Well, I think it's safe to say that didn't exactly go to plan. The moon is still incredibly big. It's very, very big. And we missed with our missiles, and I'll be frankly honest, I'm not even sure that the missiles really would have made a dent. I'd forgotten how big the moon actually is. And I'll be honest, I've been looking very closely at the name of this thing, and I think we were doomed to start. If I thought the initial LOL was bad, the acronym of this is LOL It Failed. I mean, imagine calling your missile LOL It Failed. That was me thinking it was super smart. The Lunar Obliterating Launcher. It's the fastest astronautical interspace long-range explosion device. That sounds great when you say it like that. But then when you take it down to the first letters, I mean, that's just... it's just dreadful. Everything that I have done to try to combat the moon has failed. My missiles failed. The Mooner stuff was incredibly successful in that I managed to brainwash a large number of the people, at least in the Botum area, to believe something that I totally made up. That is a huge success. And, maybe I can use those techniques that I picked up on in the future to actually, extort people or do something useful. But all I did is not sleep, and a bunch of other people didn't sleep, and we all had a terrible time. It was rubbish. At least my base looks good, eh? And at least we sort of have a plan. From the man who literally can't go 3 minutes without dying. He's the one who is responsible for getting out of this place safely. I don't have high hopes.